So ADA started to do actually some very impressive things last night. We started to run again. We went on to set a new cycle high again, looking very good. But then unfortunately, we got hit with something across the crypto market that we talked about potentially happening Saturday. And we didn't quite make it to the week, a time where this run to the upside would have been a little bit better facilitated. Now we're seeing red throughout the space. And what I want to talk about is this something that's going to continue as we go through the week, or is this actually the setup for a springboard move to new cycle highs yet again? On the luck side, welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So the move that we were seeing for ADA was a very nice one, very strong push towards the upside. In fact, we got all the way up to $1.19. This was actually closing in on that range of $1.25 to $1.50, like we talked about. Very great pushes for ADA, but then unfortunately we got hit with something across the crypto market that we talked about on Saturday. You guys can see we dropped about 3% over the course of a couple hours. Then at 2 a.m., we dropped 5%. At 4 a.m., we dropped 3.5%. And what this was actually BTC showing a little bit of weakness here and creating basically this red daily candle that you're seeing here, down about 2.36%. And what we talked about for this weekend was the low volume creating this situation where we may in fact fall into some of these long leverages. And that's exactly what we saw. BTC did actually have a nice rise over the course of Sunday. And then you guys can see it right about 10 p.m. or so, we started to get some selling. We dropped down to the bottom of this range. Long leverage actually filled in over the course of Sunday right here. And you guys can see that market makers then wanted to get those longs liquidated. And that's exactly what we did. We continued to move to the downside. We moved into this hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of liquidations. And unfortunately, that's what's brought us down to these levels. That's what's brought BTC to right about that 95K range. And this is what has caused assets across the space to go on a little bit of selling. Not surprising. That's exactly what we talked about potentially happening. And unfortunately, we didn't quite make it into a time where volume was high enough or buying was high enough to hold prices up. Now, the great news is that this creates opportunity for us as retail, opportunity for institutional money. If you guys remember, we closed out last week on a stronger note than we started the week. Okay. Institutional money, they started the week with some selling and then they closed the week with some buying. In fact, the last day was a $320 million outflow. And now what they've been given is a day of opportunity, right? They're given basically the exact prices that they started buying at last week. All right. Now, that being said, we'll see what retail sentiment looks like when the US starts waking up. For example, it's 5:12 Central Standard Time here in the US right now. Um, Most people probably aren't awake yet at the time of filming this video. So it's a question of now, do they smash buy or do they smash sell? Or do they just sit on their hands, right? Nope, nobody knows. I don't have a crystal ball. But what I will say is now that we have liquidated all these longs along the way, excuse me, the next natural path is trying to liquidate all these shorts. And what's coincidental here is that when we look at this leverage up here, you guys can see it starts right at about 98.2 or so. That's where the big batches of liquidation leverage are on the BTC charts. We are on the quest to actually close the CME gap to the upside, which is actually right at about 98.6. So institutional money right now is going to see this as a discount. Okay. What do we think they do? In the past, they've shown us when they've gotten discounts, they have been on the buy, especially BlackRock. BlackRock has been the consistent one that sees the bullish path forward that has just continued to accumulate. So it would not surprise me if during this week, whether it's today, tomorrow, Wednesday, whenever it may be, that they're going to be back on the buy horse. Remember, this is a full week again. We're not dealing with a holiday, so it's kind of back to the norm. And what I'm seeing right now is when we look around the space here, there's not really um, you're not really seeing the shift to these other sub cycles yet, which means that when retail gets excited again, it wouldn't surprise me if those US based coins, those US based layer ones like ADA, Cardano ADA, right, begin to take some of those legs up again. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice. And structurally on the ADA chart, we're doing exactly what we did at the start of this last week. We dealt with a drop on Monday, go figure, and it led us to the nice next surge to the upside, setting a new cycle high once again. But now we're doing it at a higher level, doing it at thinner liquidity here. So this move is in fact easier. I'd love to see ADA hold above, frankly, a dollar, right? A dollar, about a dollar two is a good strong point of support for ADA. So we'll see what happens as the week goes on. But again, if you guys have not checked out Margex yet, you guys know still have my positions open on here, haven't closed them. That most recent one up 197%. The big one, 2274. Again, if you guys do want to trade on leverage, if you've seen some people say they think that we're getting a big retracement going down, great. Short eight on here, do what you want, right? Take advantage of what you think is going to happen. But at the same time, if you're bullish, if you're seeing this load up here as a potential launch point for the next leg up, maybe take a long position. Again, this isn't financial advice. You guys can do what you want. I'm just here to give you the tools to make things possible. So feel free to check that out. Links are in the description below. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think we get as the week goes on? Right now, there is opportunity throughout the space. We are in alt season. BTC dominance has dropped way below that 200-day moving average. And we are on the path to some very explosive times of adoption. Retail is going to start buying. Uh, new users are going to enter the space. Like I've talked about in other videos. I've seen people in my life asking me questions about crypto, ones that I never thought would be entering this space in the first place. And it's only going to get crazier as time goes on. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Have a great day. Catch you in the next one. Take care.